Hello students, I am Sunny sir from Mahadi English School. This video is for students of class 2 subject science. So before we continue, let us read the thought. Believe in yourself and you will succeed. So the first step is to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You should have confidence in yourself. When you are confident about the things that you do, it is for sure that you will be successful in that particular thing. So always have faith in yourselves, believe in yourselves, whatever you do is going to be successful. The instructions I want to repeat at a glance so that you can keep it on your mind. Early to bed, early to rise, brush your teeth twice a day, wash your hands before and after meal, avoid junk food, exercise regularly, take bath every day, go to school on time, and be attentive in the classroom. So in our today's video, I will give you the revision of lesson number 9 and lesson number 10 so that you can appear for the test nicely. Read and learn along with the video. Reading the text of the lesson from the textbook and puzzle solving fun exercise I have. So let us revise this both the chapters. So from your textbook, that is Science in Everyday Life, that is your textbook's name, we are reading chapter number 9, Rocks and Minerals. So let us start reading and we will understand the lesson. Just quickly I will give you the revision because already we have done a lot of revision. So this is the last video for the revision of the exam. Let's begin. Rocks and their types. The earth is mainly made up of rocks. Rocks are found on mountains, hills, and in valleys. They are also found under rivers and seas. Rocks can be of different colors such as white, black, red, and grey. They are of different types. Some rocks are hard. Granite is a very hard rock. It is used to make kitchen counters. Marble is also a hard rock. It is used for making buildings, statues, and floors. The Taj Mahal in Agra is made up of white marble. So, here what is written? That our earth is mainly made up of rocks. You know what are rocks? The big stones are called rocks. And all the places on the earth, whether you are walking on the road, whether you are going somewhere else, everywhere you will find small or big rocks, right? And all the rocks are not of the same shape or size. They are of different shapes. Even they are of different colors. See, one is granite, it is very hard. The other one is marble, that is also very hard. See, all these things. You see in your kitchen, the kitchen floor, kitchen counter can be made with this granite. And you might have visited Taj Mahal. Many of you might have visited Taj Mahal, it is in Agra. And you know that Taj Mahal is also built with a rock, that is marble. It is very, very strong. Now, continue. Sandstone is also a hard rock, but it is not as hard as granite or marble. The Red Fort in Delhi is made up of red sandstone. Some rocks are soft. Chalk and slate are examples of soft rocks. So, as you can see over here, do you know which place is this? This is Red Fort. It is a very very popular building, and where is it? Delhi. This building is made with the help of sandstone. See, red color sandstone. You can see over here where my arrow is there. That is a type of rock. Means a big stone it is. Red color. That is called sandstone. It is hard but not very hard. That is also hard but not so hard. Then, some rocks are soft. Chalk and slate are examples of soft rocks. You might have seen chalk. The teacher writes on the board with the help of chalk. Slate, you might have used slate for writing while you were in nursery, kindergarten. You might be drawing the scene on the slate. So, that chalk and slate are also examples of rocks, but they are soft, means they are easily breakable, they can just break so easily. So, sandstone, chalk, slate are all the types of rocks. Minerals. Now, after learning about rocks, let us learn about some minerals. All rocks are made up of minerals. Minerals are different colors, shapes, and sizes. Many things that we use every day are made of minerals. So, we learnt about rocks. There are different types of rocks. Some are hard, some are soft. But did you imagine or did you even think how are these rocks made? Means why are some rocks very strong, some rocks are very soft? So why? What are these rocks made up of? So these rocks are made up of minerals, and there are so many things that we use every day, right from the morning till night before we go to sleep. There are so many things that we use, and those things are made up of minerals. Let us see which are that things that we are using and they are made up of minerals. So here, as you can see, talc. First, the information is given. Talc is the softest. Talc is the softest mineral. See. So if the question is asked in exam, in MCQ, which one is the softest mineral? So the options might be given: silica, talc, iron, china clay. You have to put tick mark on talc because it is the softest mineral. And if it is asked in exam, which is the hardest mineral, very hard, you cannot just break it easily. Which is the hardest mineral? Options will be given: silica, iron, diamond, talc. You have to put tick mark on diamond because diamond is the hardest mineral known. Talc is the softest, diamond is the hardest, and both these are the types of minerals. Then see next, silica sand is used to make mirrors and glasses. See, when you want to get ready, when you are getting ready for going out, you comb your hair, right? You see yourself in the mirror. So how is that mirror made? Means which mineral is used? So silica sand is used to make mirrors and glasses. The glasses of the vehicles, you can say, wherein you can look from the rear mirror, that is silica sand. Iron is used to make nails. See, these are nails. Nails are used for fixing something on the wall like photo frame or something else. So iron is used for making nails. That is also mineral. China clay. See here, china clay is used to make flower vases. See, you can see the flower vases. We just keep flowers in these vases and we just decorate our house with this flower vases, that is made with china clay. Then we have gemstones. Gemstones are commonly used in making jewelry. So which are that gemstones? You can see so colorful, so attractive they look. They are gemstones. So do you want to know the names of these? Here are the names: ruby, emerald, garnet. Which are the names? Ruby, emerald, garnet. They are so colorful and so attractive that what is made with the help of gemstones? Jewelry. Jewelry that is mostly worn by ladies, like necklace, earrings, bracelet. These are jewelry. Then talc is used for making talcum powder. See, the bottle of the powder, we apply powder when we feel irritation or itching on the skin, right? Or even after bathing, some people apply powder on their face. So talc, that is the softest mineral, it is used for making talcum powder. Talc is used for making talcum powder. Then, see, this is very much known to you. What is this? This is the lead of the pencil, the point of the pencil. So, do you know how is this point made of the pencil that you can write with it? Graphite. Graphite is used as the lead of the pencil. See, this is called the lead of the pencil. And graphite is the name of that mineral which is used for making this lead of the pencil. So only it is possible for you to write on the paper. Then last but not the least, quartz. 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 That is the mineral which is used for making watches. You might be wearing watch on your wrist. You might have seen your parents, your cousins wearing watch on the wrist. It is a wrist watch. And with which mineral is it made? It is made with quartz. 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 Now we will revise lesson number 10, air around us. Let us see. The first thing, look at the following pictures. In both of them, there is something that is moving which you cannot see, but you can feel it. So, what is it called? Do you know? See the following pictures you can see over here. These two pictures are there. These leaves are flying away. The tree is bent one side. The boy's balloon is flying away. So, what is it? You cannot see what is doing this thing, but you can feel it. What thing is that? So, the answer is written over here. It is wind. W-I-N-D. Wind. Because of wind, these leaves are falling off. The tree is bent one side. The boy is up in the air. The balloon is flying away. So that all is happening because of wind. Then, moving air. What is moving air? Let us see what it is. So, moving air is called wind. When the air is moving like this, see, this is moving air. What is it called? Moving air is called wind. Wind helps us in many ways. There are so many different ways that wind helps us. It is helpful and it can really help us to do many things. See, the examples are given below. Do you identify what machine is this? Have you seen this before? When you go out, when you are going out of the city, when you go out of the town, you might have seen. So, these are the blades. And which machine is this? It is a windmill. It is windmill. And why the name is given windmill? Because these blades will rotate with the help of wind. See, it's written, wind turns the blades of windmill. With wind, the blades of the windmill will go in the circular direction. It will keep on moving and moving and moving. It will keep on circling. What direction? It will move in this direction, then in this direction, then it will keep on moving round and round. That is with the help of wind. The movement of the blades will be seen. What is it? Windmill. Then wind helps a boat sail. You might have seen the boat sailing in the river. That is also because of wind. It helps the boat, it gives the direction. And see these things, you can see the curtains like over here, that will take the direction of the wind, and the boat will move smoothly in the river with the help of wind. If wind is not there, the boat will stop. Then wind helps a kite fly. So recently there was a festival of kite flying. You might have flown kites. So how did you fly kites? With the help of wind. If wind would not be there on that day, no one would be able to fly kites. We saw so many colorful kites flying up in the sky. So that is only and only because of wind. Wind makes all these things possible. It turns the blade of the windmill, it helps the boat sail, and it helps the kite to fly. So, wind helps clothes dry faster. When the clothes are washed and we hang the clothes outside on a rope for drying in the hot sun, with the help of wind, the clothes will dry faster. You can see the pants, the towel, the socks, all the clothes that are washed. After that, you might have seen the clothes are hanged on this rope. Why? What is the reason? Why do we hang the clothes on this rope? Because wind which is blowing outside will help these clothes dry faster, and so we can wear the clothes again. If the clothes are wet, can we wear the wet clothes? No. So we have to dry up the clothes. Fact file: a wind vane tells the direction of wind. It is usually fixed on the top of the buildings. It is also known as weathercock. So there is a wind vane. It is just like a pole. It will show the direction of the wind. Wherever the wind will blow, whichever side, whether it is east or west, it will turn in that direction. Mostly we find the wind vane on the top of the building. And what is the other name for wind vane? The other name for wind vane is weathercock. It will tell us the direction, that which side the wind is blowing. Then let us study next. A gentle wind is called breeze. We enjoy cool breeze. Gentle means very soft. When the wind is blowing very softly at a normal speed, it is called breeze. And sometimes the breeze is very cool. And when the breeze is cool, we really enjoy it, don't we? Just take an example. Early morning, because it is winter season, early morning, you might enjoy cool breeze if you go out for a walk or for jogging. There is cool breeze outside. Even late night, when you just step out of the house, cool breeze might be blowing. So we enjoy it. When the wind is strong and blows very fast, what is it called? Storm. So from here till here is the definition of storm. Now storm is something which is very harmful. See, when the wind is strong and very fast, remember these two things. When there is strong wind and it blows really very fast at a great speed, then it is called what? Storm. A storm can be harmful. So as I said, harmful means it can do lot of bad things. the storm is not good for any of us, not even for animals. It can blow things away and damage trees and houses. Because of storm, what will happen? The trees and houses will be damaged. It can blow the things away. Like the board is kept outside, the signboards will be thrown away. Sometimes the vehicle might fall down, like bicycle is there. Because of the storm, the bicycle will be thrown away. The trees will be uprooted. The trees will come out of the ground. The houses, the kacha houses will be broken. So that very fast, strong wind is called storm, and it is really very harmful. Whenever there is a storm, we should stay indoors. We should protect ourselves. We should not go outside when there is strong wind blowing. Then, what does air contain? Now, here we have to learn one more thing in this lesson. What things are present in the air? What does air contain? So, air is a mixture of gases, water vapor, etc. So, what does air contain? It contains gases, water vapor. So many things are there in air. Wet clothes, when kept under the sun, become dry after some time. So, as I just said, when the clothes are washed, immediately we hang the clothes outside like this on a rope. In the hot sun, the clothes become dry very fast. The heat of the sun changes water present in these clothes into water vapor. So, when the sunlight falls on this, the sun rays, it will take away the water from these clothes. It will become water vapor in gaseous form. It will go up in the sky, and the clothes will become dry. This water vapor mixes with the air around, thus air contains water vapor. So, when the water in these clothes will become vapor, it will fly up in the sky. That vapor will mix around, it will mix in the air around us, and so we can say that air contains water vapor. Air also contains dust and smoke. Did you know that? Air is not so clean. Dust and smoke, these are the things which are present in the air. Dust and smoke. So, smoke is given off when something burns. When you burn something, like you are burning something on the gas, you are burning a paper or anything, what comes out is smoke. It also comes out when the vehicles and factories. So, when does it come out? When the vehicles and factories throw out the smoke. See, the vehicle, the car is moving. What comes out of the car? Smoke comes out from the car. This is smoke. And also from the factories, the smoke is thrown out. The smoke mixes with the air around us, and this is really very dirty thing. The smoke that comes out, it goes up in the sky and it mixes with the air around us, and it makes our air dirty. So this smoke will go up in the sky, it will mix up with the air, and it will make the air dirty. Air also contains germs. What else does the air contain? Germs. And what are germs? It is a very small living thing that can make you ill. Ill means sick. See, like this. The girl is sneezing. Because of germs, you can become sick. And our air also contains germs. Germs from a sick person get mixed with the air when he or she sneezes. So, when the person is not well, when he is coughing or sneezing, germs are released from his or her nose, and it will spread in the air around us. So, dust, smoke, and germs make the air dirty, and dirty air makes us ill. What are the properties of air? Let us read. Take a deflated balloon like this. Notice the shape and then fill the balloon with the air. So now can you see the shape of the balloon? It has blown up and it has come into shape. So air can give the shape like a blown up balloon. First it was deflated, means the air was not there. When you filled the air in it, it got shape. So air can give shape to the things. Air also has weight. To find out, you will need a weighing machine. See, this is weighing machine on which you can measure the weight. Put a deflated ball on the machine and note the weight. See, this is deflated ball, means without air, the ball in which the air is not present. Put on the weighing machine and notice the weight of this ball. Now fill the air in the football and compare the weight. The filled in balloon will be heavier. So when you fill the air inside this football and again you put it on the weighing machine, the weight will be definitely more than the previous one. So that shows air has weight. So there are three properties of air. You have to learn all the three. Air fills space, air gives shape to the things, air has weight. What are the three properties? Air fills space, air gives shape to the things, and air has weight. How will you keep your air clean? Let us learn this last thing for today. We must breathe in fresh and clean air. It is important for good health. What is important for good health? Fresh and clean air. So how will you get fresh and clean air? We should grow more and more plants. See, different varieties of plants are there. So when you grow more and more plants, it will keep the air fresh and clean. We should not cut trees or pluck flowers or leaves. So this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And after watching the video, now I am giving you a quiz. I am giving you a puzzle. You have to solve the puzzle. I will see how many of you can solve this puzzle. You have to solve this puzzle. All these words which are given over here, you have to find it from the puzzle. See over here, germs, smoke, sea, pond, weight, shape, deflate, wind, storm, dust, water vapor, lake and river. So it is your homework. You have to take screenshot of this page. You have to find out the answers and send me. Thank you. Have a nice day.